Welcome back everyone to another episode of Mumbles. Today we're doing another game review. And this one is one to dance about because I love this game. It has some flaws, but I love this game. This is the RTS slash kind of a builder game. I don't know. It's more of an RTS. This is Dungeons 3. And man, I gotta say, I love this game. Put this down on the list of a game that Mumbles absolutely and positively is in love with. Now, what is Dungeons 3? Well, basically, the premise of Dungeons 3 is you play as a minion of the Dark Evil. And your goal is to conquer all the good in this region. So, first off, you have to find a minion. And you do that very quickly. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's very cool how you do that. And it's just got some very unique aspects to it. Now, so the basic premise of this game is you are evil and you want to conquer good. So as you do that, you have to build up an army, you'll have to conquer evil. There's different little aspects to this game that get very neat. As you progress through the campaign, you'll get new and better enemies, or not enemies, but well, you guys kind of are the enemies, but you'll get new and better baddies in order to help you beat these good guys. But the good guys also get things too, so it never feels like, you know, you get too powerful to the fact that it's not a challenge. Now, let's talk about the graphics. The graphics in this game are very pretty. For a, you know, not a top tier game, it's got some very pretty graphics. They are kind of cartoonish, but still, I really like them. So the soundtrack in this game is good. It's not spectacular, but it's good. It's very, you know, calming and relaxing. But when you switch things to evil side, it's a little bit different, which is kind of a nice change of pace. So do keep that in mind. Now, the controls in this game. When you first go to play this game, if you do not play the tutorial, which I didn't, you don't play the tutorial, you're going to get a little bit lost. But it is fairly simple to pick up, so as much as far as in how you play the game, that works great. Now the actual controls themselves, they work good. There's nothing, you know, too hard about it. The controls, all the buttons and everything work great. You have a nice little menu system set out there, which you can use with the controller very nicely. Now, the gameplay itself, which is, I know what you guys are really here for. You want to know about the gameplay. The gameplay, in this game, basically, as I said, you want to conquer the good. Now, to do this, you are given a dungeon at the start of each mission. And you must build up this dungeon. Now, by build up this dungeon, I mean add things such as rooms. You need to add, like, a barracks for your baddies. You need to add, like, a graveyard for some of your zombies. You need to add, like, a magical place for your magic demons. So you have to have these things, and you have to build them up. As you conquer things out in the actual world with your baddies, you gain more power. And by this, what I mean is you gain little evil points that can be used to research better things. Maybe it'll give you more enemies. Maybe it'll make your main character more powerful. So nice little balance there. If you do not conquer things in the world, you cannot fully upgrade your dungeon. There is also a gold system in this game. You gain this from building up your dungeon. You'll find these gold mine things where you can have your baddies mine them. And that is really cool. I do like how they did the gold system. There is also a magic system so that you can cast magical spells. And you get this from the demons. So there's a lot of different aspects to this game, and I love that it is not a simple, linear, simplistic game. It needs to have some spice to it, and they do that nicely. Now, one thing that I have not mentioned that literally makes this game, okay? The narrator. The narrator in this game is amazing. Your narrator, well, not your narrator, but the narrator is just sarcastic. He's sarcastic, he's funny. He will make things happen in the world. Like, for example, in one mission, something is supposed to be delivered, and it is not delivered. Your main character says, I was here all day, the mailman never came. So, the narrator says, well, that's a problem. Here's what we're going to do. First off, I will make it so that you have those two things, and then I'm going to go beat the crap out of the mailman. So, the narrator is very funny. I like the interactions between the narrator and the main character. It's just an all-around awesome game, and I love how they do that. It's so awesome. I really cannot praise this game enough. What it does is amazing. We're going to have to come to the cons, guys. There is some cons as with every game. First off, the first con is, this game is long. It takes a while to build up your dungeon. You have to have a strategy. You have to think things through. You can't just blindly rush through it and expect to win, because you won't. You have to build up your army. You have to build that treasury. You have to build that barracks. You have to build defenses in your dungeon so that the heroes don't overwhelm you. You have to use your mind, and you have to use strategy. So in that aspect, it is a little bit of a con, but it is also a good thing, because you don't want games to just be simple. So it is a little bit difficult, but it's very fun. Another con to this game is the replayability. Now there are different achievements in this game, so that adds to the replayability, and it does have an online mode. I did forget to add that. There is an online mode, but replayability-wise, as with most games, once you beat it, you might not want to beat it again. There are different levels of difficulty, and there are, like I said, online play, but once you're done with it, you're probably going to be done with it. Those are the first two cons. There is a third con. This game sometimes has some lag issues, so as you build things in the underground, sometimes when you're up top fighting the enemies, things will get a little laggy when you're doing too many things at the same time. Nothing crashes or anything, but at times it can just lag, which you never want in a game, and can always be a little bit like frustrating. But even with those problems, this game is going to get a nice score. The all-important score, guys. Dungeons 3, you get an 8 out of 10. Without a doubt, this is a fantastic game. I love it. The lag issues do bring it down a little bit. But overall, if those were fixed, this would be a 9 out of 10 game for me. I really, really, really like this game. I like the RTS aspects. I like the building aspects. I like that you have to manage your army. I like you have to feed them. I like all that stuff. It is so cool. And the narrator makes this game, guys. The narrator and his interactions with the characters make this game. It is just so awesome. I love it when you have somebody in the game that is snarky and, you know, has that attitude thing, and it's just awesome. I really like that aspect. So Dungeons 3, as I said, 8 out of 10. Love this game. Please check it out. You won't regret it. It is a fun game. It is a funny game, and it is just an awesome game. Anyways, guys, this has been another episode of Mumbles. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. Please smack that subscribe button, smack the like button, smack all those buttons. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.